Good morning. Today we are continuing with the topic chemicals, enzymes, and other bioactive molecules of chapter 10, that is microbes in human welfare. Now, microbes they are also used for commercial and industrial production of certain chemicals like organic acids, alcohols, and enzymes. Examples of acid producers are Aspergillus niger, a fungus of citric acid, Acetobacter aceti, that is a bacterium of acetic acid, Clostridium botulinum, that is a bacterium of butyric acid, and Lactobacillus, a bacterium of lactic acid, and yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. That is common for commercial production of ethanol. Now, microbes they are also used for the production of enzymes, lipases, are used in detergent formulations and are helpful in removing oily stains from the laundry. You must have noticed that bottled fruit juices brought from the market are clearer as compared to those made at home. This is because the bottled juices are clarified by using pectinases and proteases. Streptokinase. It is produced by a bacterium Streptococcus and modified for genetic engineering is used as a clot buster. Now, for removing the clots from the blood vessels of patients who have undergone myocardial infarctions leading to heart attack, another bioactive molecule, that is cyclosporin A, that is used as an immunosuppressant agent in organ transplant patients, is produced by the fungus Trichoderma polysporum. Statins produced by the yeast, that is Monascus purpureus, have been commercialized as blood cholesterol lowering agent. It acts by competitively inhibiting the enzyme responsible for the synthesis of cholesterol. So the enzymes produced with the help of microbes are lipases, proteases, and pectinases. As we have discussed just now, these are the structure of these enzymes: lipases, pectinases, and proteases. Lipase, we know it's a breakdown of fats in the food that is absorbed in the intestine. Proteases, they are for peptide bonds in the proteins, and pectinases, they break down the pectins, is a substance which is present in the cell wall of the plant cells. Microbes in the sewage treatment. We know that large quantities of waste water is generated every day in cities and towns, and a major component of this waste water is human excreta. And this municipal waste water is also called as sewage. Now, it contains large amount of organic matter and microbes, and many of which are pathogenic. Now, have you ever wondered where this huge quantity of sewage or urban waste water is disposed of daily? This cannot be discharged from natural water bodies like rivers and streams directly. You can understand why. So before disposal, this sewage is treated in sewage treatment plants to make it less polluting, and treatment of wastewater is done by the heterotrophic microbes naturally present in the sewage, and this treatment is carried off in two stages. First is primary treatment. Now, these treatment steps basically involve physical removal of particles like large and small from the sewage through filtration and sedimentation. And these are removed in stages. Initially, floating debris is removed by sequential filtration, and then the grit, soil, or small pebbles, they are removed by sedimentation. Now, all solids that settle in the form of the primary sludge, and the supernatant forms the effluent, and the effluent from the primary settling tanks is taken for secondary treatment or biological treatment. So the primary effluent is passed into large aeration tanks. You can see here the aeration tanks are shown in the picture also. So large aeration tanks where it is constantly agitated and mechanically, and air is pumped into it. So this allows vigorous growth of useful aerobic microbes into flocs. Flocs are what? These are the masses of bacteria which are associated with fungal filaments to form mesh-like structures. So while growing, these microbes consume the major part of the organic matter in the effluent, and this significantly reduces the BOD, that is biological oxygen demand of the effluent. So BOD refers to the amount of the oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water was oxidized by bacteria. So the sewage water is treated till the BOD is reduced. So the BOD test measures the rate of uptake of oxygen by microorganisms in a sample of water, and thus indirectly BOD is a measure of the organic matter present in the water. So the greater the BOD of water, more is its polluting potential. So once the BOD of sewage or wastewater is reduced significantly, the effluent is passed into a settling tank. Now in the settling tank, where the bacterial flocks are allowed to sediment, and this sediment is called as activated sludge. Now a small part of the activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank and to serve as an inoculum, and the remaining major part of the sludge is pumped into the large tanks called anaerobic sludge digesters. Now here other kinds of bacteria which grow anaerobically digest the bacteria and the fungi in the sludge. So during this digestion, bacteria produces a mixture of gases such as methane, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. So these gases, they form biogas and can be used as a source of energy as it is inflammable. And the effluent from the secondary treatment plant is generally released into natural water bodies like rivers and streams, and an aerial view of such plant is something like this. So you can appreciate how microbes play a major role in treating millions of gallons of waste water every day across the globe, and this methodology has been practiced for more than a century now in almost all parts of the world. Till date, no man-made technology have been able to rival the microbial treatment of sewage. So we are aware that due to increasing urbanization, sewage is produced in much larger quantities than ever before. But the number of sewage treatment plants are not increased enough to treat such large quantities. So the untreated sewage is often discharged directly into the river, leading to their pollution and increase in the waterborne diseases. So the Ministry of Environment and Forest have initiated Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan to save these major rivers of our country from pollution. Under these plans, it is proposed to build a large number of sewage treatment plants so that only treated sewage may be discharged in the rivers. So a visit to a sewage treatment plant situated in any place will be a very educating experience for us all. So thank you for today.